Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So, right now, what you need to do is to share. Share, 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 share. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Let me share my own. Let me share my own. Oh dear. Okay. Do you share? Share. Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to share, so you better share now. You better go and share now, so that people will come. This is a very fantastic topic. Very fantastic. Yeah, very fantastic. We are live now. Is it a must that a woman should marry? As time has evolved, is it a must for a woman to marry? So share, 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 share. Let's give us time to have 6 people in the house. I expect 6 shares. Hello, Bola. How are ya? My daughter. We are live now. Okay. Right. Hello, everybody. I want everybody to share, 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 so that we get more people. All right. Let me share here as well. Let me share. Share, share, share. Yes, here. Okay. Okay. So we are live now. All right. Have shared. So done my part. Done my part. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can I meet everybody? Let me know where you are joining from. Let me know. I know that. Bola, how are you? Welcome. Adejoke Olaya Balogu. Good evening, my darling. How are you? Where are you joining me from? I have 8 people here. I need you to share. And then I need you to say hello to me and tell me where you're joining from. That keeps me going so that I meet you and know whom I'm talking to. Yeah? Just turn this thing off. Okay, so just fluctuating up and down. So today's topic, I expect a lot of people to come because it's very, very, very important topic. It's very important, very absolutely important topic. Yeah. So yes, thank you, Bola. You have shared. God bless you. Louisa Obijaku, how are you, sweetheart? Good evening, sunshine from Abba. Are you okay? Welcome. Very, very interesting topic. Get people in. It is us that will build our world. It is us, especially women, that will build our world. It concerns men as well, but the reason why it's so particular with women is because of our natural clock. You get me? So I just hope that people should be able to join us, and let's discuss it. Is it compulsory that a woman must marry? Is marriage supposed to be a determinant for somebody to be alive, for somebody to be happy? Blessing Benga, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. If you tell me where you're joining, I will be happy. I know for sure that Bola is joining from Lagos. Louisa is joining from Aba. ATCB Judith, good evening, my darling. How are you? Thank you for joining. We have something that we need to discuss. We are supposed to shape our world. It's people that wear the shoes that knows where it's pinching them. Do you get me? That's why people really need to gather and talk about it. Is it compulsory for a woman to marry? Is a woman supposed to be judged as a result of her marital status? You get me? Is a woman supposed to be judged as a result of her marital status? Adejoke Balogu, good evening, my darling. Welcome. So that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. The turnout is kind of fluctuating. It was 8 before, now it's gone down to 6, even though people are coming in. But so let's see whether we are 2 or 3. This topic, especially these social topics, we have to be talking about it. With time, it will enter into people's ears. You get me? It will enter. I will just give once it's the next 3 minutes, I will start. It doesn't really matter how many people can watch it later on. People can watch it later on. So I don't know. I want you to let me know. Do you want me to put a phone number for people to call in to air their opinion, or because I made it that people can join on live like this, but for you to join to talk, for people to see you, you have to go to and join through via YouTube, because I don't really know why the Facebook one is not enabled. It's showing me that it's enabled here, but people cannot join through Facebook, only through YouTube. So if you really want to show your face and then give us your 2 cents, that's okay. But another thing I want us to discuss as well is, if you want me to put a phone number that people can call in, that would really really be nice. I will just leave a phone number for you to call here. So I think I have to do that. Let me try and do it so that people can call. I just have to enable the microphone and so on. Wasn't ready for it. Yeah, while we're waiting for people, let me just enable it. Yeah. So that if people want to call, they can easily call. Regular content. I cannot believe this. Oh Lordy. I'm on live, big please. I am on live. You can join. You get me. You can join on YouTube or on Facebook. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So did anybody join just now? Okay. Right now, what I'm trying to do is to give you number to call, then so that when it's time for you to contribute, you can easily contribute. Just have to give this number. Okay. Right. No. Remove this. Okay. Okay. Which one is that? Oh gosh. Just have to leave it. Okay, let's start. Let me leave it. Let's start. Next time I will prepare for it. Okay? All right. So, welcome everybody. Let me mention your names. Welcome Bola, welcome Adejoke Olaya Balogu, welcome. Louisa Obijaku, welcome. Blessing Benga, welcome. Etisi Obi Judith, welcome. Adejoke. Okay, I think I've called you before. Welcome. All right then. So if you don't type and say hello to me, I will not know that you're here. The number might be showing more, but I will not know that you're here. But anyway, I welcome everybody to today's live. Um, what we are doing is kind of doing a charity work in the sense that a lot of things is happening in our society, and then we have left other people to kind of shape our world. So somebody like me have said that, look, I will no longer allow other people to shape the world of our generation to come, of our children and generation to come. So you and me, we have to come out one way or the other to talk about a lot of social vices and social, positivities that is happening in our lives and happening in our societies. So among many of them is marriage. To be honest with you, marriage has been a very strong culture, which is very, 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 very good. Even in the Bible, even in the Quran, even in other religion, you know, marriage is kind of what starts a family. Do you get me? So it's marriage that starts a family. You have a father, you have a mother, and from that father and mother, children starts to, emerge. And from that unit, then you have, kind of kindred, you clan, village, and the town, and the, state, country, and so on. So all these things starts from that single union called marriage. And as well, when you come to church as well, you see that, church, marriage starts the church as well. Sally Joy Lawal, how are you? Welcome. So you see, that's why it is very important to discuss about marriage. But to be honest with you, this issue about marriage, it concerns women more than men. It hurts women more than men. It affects women more than men. And that's what we are going to discuss here. And I want you to discuss it with me as well, so that it doesn't, because something that only one person's idea is not going to be enough. I might know a lot, but you joining your own idea with me will go a long way. Listen now. So I want us to see it this way, that marriage has evolution has evolved over time, from the time that the world began. For people who believe in God and believe in creation, the reason why I say for people who believe in God is that there are people who don't. And we and those people, we share the same world, and you cannot push them away from the world because they don't believe what you believe. So inclusivity means that you have to kind of bear with them, whether they believe what you believe or not. So that's why I'm saying that for people who believe in God and believe in creation of Adam and Eve, starting, the human race, and for people who don't believe and believe in evolution. So all in all, whether you believe in creation, whether you believe in evolution, every one of us, human beings, will start each family with man and woman. We start each family with man and woman. So it's that simple union that made what? that made family and then made the whole world. Yeah. So, but I want us to focus today on marriage for women. Marriage for women in African culture. That's exactly what I want us to focus on. Because, there are a lot of things that is happening in this world that when you look at it and look at the situation of women, even if you're a man, you will cry for women, honestly, because of cultural issues. Because if you say that you will not cry for women, you have a mother as a woman, you have sisters. Even if you have your wife, probably whatever, you have everybody around you, a lot of people around you that are women that are related to you. So that's exactly the reason why we have to really talk about this, because a lot of people have died, a lot of people have committed suicide, a lot of people have really, really done terrible things to themselves because of what? Because of marriage. It is the same reason of marriage that you will see some women that are going through, they are going through abuse, they are going through a lot of things, and they still cling to that marriage because of the way marriage is portrayed in our society. But I'm telling you right now that it's me and you that are the society, and it's me and you that can change one thing or the other. This campaign that is going on, and you see in the days, women don't vote in America. Somebody started the campaign, and at the end of the day, women started voting. Even in UK, where I am, there was a time women don't vote. I believe that is the same thing everywhere. But somebody has to start something. Do you get me? So there are certain cultures, certain cultures that are so detrimental to people's well-being and people's mental health that is still ongoing. Do you get me? So that's what we have come to discuss today. So in introduction, I want to just in a nutshell tell you, kind of evolution of marriage, from where marriage came from and where it is at the moment, before we start putting one on one together. So I just put it that in the days, in the old days, especially in African culture, where I come from, where many of you come from, so a woman is betrothed. Even sometimes, when a woman is pregnant, the child in the tummy, without knowing whether the child is a girl or a boy, some parents will say, if it's a girl, so and so person will marry her, but if it's a boy, that's okay. So women have always been on the receiving end, just like commodity. Do you get me? So in the olden days, in certain cultures, even before a woman, is giving birth to, a girl is giving birth to, that girl has been betrothed to somebody who will marry her, whether she will like the person or not. That is not their concern. I want you to know where we're coming from. All right. So from that time, there was a time in the days, in our forefathers and so on days, that women are used to pay debts. Even there are some places it's still happening as we talk, that women, girls, when parents are in debt, maybe somebody's father is in debt or whatever, you will just use one of the, girl child and say, take this one and marry. And the person that is taking this child probably might be 60 something years old, 70 something years old, and the child that is being given out probably 7 years old. I'm just telling you, yeah, the evolution of marriage for girls. You get me? So there are certain societies that women, for your child to get married is an honor. It's an honor. I'll tell you a story. I remember when I was growing up, you know, um, in the days, some people don't go to school that much. Some of them will get married when they are in primary six. That's when, you see some people that are 11 years, 12 years, some of them will get married 13 years, they will get married. Some in secondary school, they will get married. Some of them is like their father could not, take care of their school fees. They will just put them to marry. and again, so when they marry like that, their mothers will be showing off that they have kind of given their children to marry, to be married. So I remember then, because my parents want their children to go to school, you know so then my senior sisters, in secondary school. So I remember my mom going for one traditional marriage, in those days. So I think they were sharing food. And then my mom was like, why did you people give me this? But this not supposed to be my own share. They say you take it like that. After all, your children don't marry. Your children don't marry. These children that don't marry is 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. Mary Magdalene, how are you? Are you okay? Yes. So you see, so, my mom felt so bad when she came back, that she was like, what is all this? Look at what these people are telling me. Meanwhile, her own children, they are just maybe 15 years, 13 years. But because these ones, they married at that age, 13, 12, and so on, they were telling my mom of that, you will come and eat people's food, but your children will not get married so that we will eat their own food. Meanwhile, these children are in secondary school. So, as a child, then my elder ones, they are in secondary school, they are not there. So when my mom came, her countenance wasn't good. She was feeling very, very bad. And I was like, Mom, what's the matter? My mom just said, oh, look at what they told me. Look at what they told me. I started crying, and I told my mom, listen, once I finish secondary school, I will get married. Honestly, because of the way my mom felt. And do you know, ask me whether I did it. I did it. I was writing my final WAEC, and I got married just for my mom to be happy, just for them not to bully my mom anymore. So I got married, before my elder ones. My elder ones are very, very young as well. They are not even, they are not even 22. Do you get me? So that's exactly, people use it to show off. Then child marriage, in those days, people use it to exchange for goods. Children are forced into marriage. You get me? Children are forced into marriage. So there are a lot of things that made women to be in the receiving end. One important among them is that the population of women, I don't know if I say that it's 3 times the men, I don't know if I am right. But to be honest, check your environment, check the church, check everywhere you are. The ratio of women and men, you can see that what I'm saying is true. So who is going to marry all those women if the ratio is like that? In the olden days, they do what is called polygamy. A man can marry 3, 4, 5 wives, and nobody has any problem with that. But the advent of Christianity, advent of civilization, has made it that one person has to marry one person. So as a result of that, there are a lot of women looking for husband. Okay, so all these things, are the problem. Then the pressure that is on the head of the men that are supposed to, in Africa, they will tell you to do traditional marriage, you will do court marriage, you will do church marriage. By the time all these things are being done, the men will like, you know what, I don't even care. You will see a man of 40 years is not married. You will see a man of 45 years is not married. But the tension is not on them as it is on women, because of the ticking clock of every woman, being that, look, when a woman gets to certain age, children will be very difficult to bear. Okay, so that bride price, marriage requirement, less men than women, but the good news is this. The good news is this. That the question that we are asking now is that the good news is that the choice is yours. The good news is that the choice is yours. The reason why I said all this evolution is because in those days that they are doing all those things, it was normal. Child marriage was normal. To use children to exchange for you know for commodity. It was normal. People don't frown against it in those days. So right now, you as a woman who probably is not yet married, and you're 40, going to 45 and so on, and you want to kill yourself because, of marriage, of the society and so on, what I can tell you right now is that the choice is yours, for you to build your own world, what you want to believe. To be honest with you, in the next 20 years, I don't think it's going to be like this. 20 years is even far. I don't think it's going to be like this. I don't think the pressure will be too much on women, for them to, that if they don't marry, they are looked down on upon. If they don't marry, one thing or the other, if they don't marry, people will look at them as if, they are nothing. You get me? So I want you to write here for me, or if you can come in. Mary Magdalene Njolai, how are you? Yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add to it, to this. Is it compulsory for a woman? Shall a woman go on into depression because there is no marriage? This Mary Magdalene. Mary, is that you from Cameroon? How are you? I think it's Mary. Oh, bless you. I know that you might be shy to come to, to join on the distance, but that's okay. Don't worry. So yeah, so what I'm saying in effect is that I want you to type it in your culture. Is it, are women who are not married looked down upon? I want you to type it, since you cannot come in there. So from there, or you can ask me some questions. From that questions, I will start answering. You get me? So I want you to start typing. Yeah. So, oh, bless you, sweetheart. Bless you. Do you have any question? Can you join if you don't mind? But if you cannot, that's okay. You just tell me that. The reason why I'm asking you, can you join, is because you're on YouTube. Because, people who are on YouTube can easily join me on the screen. But if you cannot, that's okay. You can stay. So you guys can ask me questions. But I have one or two advice for women who are yet to marry, or women who married and probably they have not had children, and African scientists who might see this thing later. Number one, African scientists, what we need is for you to kind of kind of beef up whatever it is to preserve female eggs. Because in Europe, a woman can go and freeze her egg. You can go to, the doctors, you can go to the hospital and say, you know what, I am 30 years old and I cannot see myself giving birth, or getting married or whatever at this moment, but I don't want my egg to spoil. I want to preserve my egg so that even if I am 40, 45, or 50 and I still want to have children, then that egg, I can use it to do IVF and then have my own children. Do you get me? So that's exactly what it is. So for children who are growing up and mothers and so on, you can even have it in mind for your children, for your girls. That is something that you can do. Instead of waiting for somebody to dry up very, very well, you can freeze your egg. That's number one. Then, number two, I know that a lot of people, because of Christianity, because of our belief about fornication, about adultery, and so on and so forth, as a result of that, a woman will be going past the age of marriage. A woman will be around 40, not married, and so on. And it's only your own child. It's only your own child, or probably you adopt a child, that the child sees you as his or her mom, that can treat you, how do I say it? That can treat you close to how you can treat yourself. You get me? that can treat you close to how you can treat yourself. So my advice to women is that number one, you need to work hard for yourself. You need to work hard for yourself. Do not depend on men, or do not make your life, build your life around men. The reason why I say you should work hard is that if you're able to pay for your house rent, if you're able to give food to yourself, if you're able to provide for yourself, and you are able to provide for one child, I would tell you to either adopt, or have a child. I know it's out of the ordinary, because as a Christian or as a pastor or whatever, you shouldn't be able to do that. But what I'm saying is that if you have your egg and have another person's egg fertilized and put in your womb, then you still can have a child. So what women should do, in order not to die out of frustration, in order not to kill themselves out of frustration, is for you to save money towards that. Either save money towards adoption, adopt a child, and the child becomes yours. Or you save money for IVF. So with that, at least you are sure that you have something that you call your own. So now when it comes to Nigeria, I know a lot of cultures that, to be honest, they don't frown on women having children when they are not married. They don't frown on it. Then, when we are growing up, we will be saying, no, why should they do that? Why should they do that? How can anybody go and have children when they are not married, and so on and so forth? It is wrong and everything. But as time goes on and I am looking at lives around me, I see some people that are older than me in my own culture, Igbo culture. I see some people that are older than me. I see some people that are my age. I see some people that can no longer have children because of that cultural thing, that they cannot have children at home and they cannot have children, as a result of not getting married. These people just dry up like that. They just dry up like that, without children, without marriage, without nothing. And when people look at them, they look down on them. The society look down on them. People look down on them. Even churches look down on them. These are the type of people that will be in the church. They will work in the church. They will support the pastor. They will do everything to make the church to grow. But when the people in the church want to marry, they will go outside and they will get somebody. And this person just becomes a man in the church. And this person becomes a man in the church. And if this person goes probably and gets pregnant, the church will excommunicate the person. Good evening, my darling. Welcome. My question is that I think it's not right for a woman to remain single forever. It is not right now, my darling. It is not right for a woman to remain single forever. So what is a woman going to do if the woman did not see a husband? That's what we are talking about. What is the woman going to do if the woman does not see a husband? Because in African culture, it's a man that will go to a woman that I will marry you. It's a man that will go to a woman that I will marry you. It's a man that will pay the dowry. If it is the other way around, or if it is one, then you will say, oh, women will work hard and get money, and then when they get money, they can even help. But you will see that even sometimes, some women will save all the money in the world and then give it to a man for the man to help, to help the man to pay their dowry and everything. The man will end up taking the money and then go off. And then you will see some men say, I don't want any woman to help me with my dowry. Meanwhile, the man doesn't have a shishi. You get me? So if everything is going the way it's supposed to go, then every woman is supposed to get a husband. But in the case where where a woman could not get a husband, yeah, instead of the woman to go and take somebody else's husband, it's either the woman adopts a child, or the woman, instead of adopt a child, or if the woman is not able to adopt a child, then that's IVF. If the woman is able to get a donor, there are a lot of people that can donate. Hello, Judith, how are you? There are a lot of people that can donate. Let me tell you one secret right now. There are so many women who go through IVF. There are so many women who go through IVF that even the egg that they use to do that IVF is not their own egg. Some of them, the egg was bought by bought from younger people. Go to certain hospitals in Nigeria, the one I know, you will see a lot of students, they sell their eggs. Young students, they sell their eggs in order to pay their school fees. They go to the hospitals where IVF is done, they extract their eggs and then freeze it and keep it for people who are not able to produce egg. Then they will use it, probably if the husband's egg is still okay, they will use the husband's egg. If the husband egg is not okay, they will buy sperm as well. Yeah, and so many of them you will not know. That's my question mark, because I have so many of them around me looking for a husband. Yeah, exactly. They are supposed to join here. This is what the society has turned us to. This is what the society has turned us to. Because, society will laugh at them. Because people will laugh at them. That look at, they are not married. Yeah? If that person say hello to somebody else's husband, the person will say, oh, leave my husband for me. Husband snatcher. And as a result of this, these people are dying, dying from depression, dying from, anxiety, and so on and so forth. As a result of that, they do a lot of things against themselves. But what I'm saying in effect is that, remember, let me tell you, maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, in Nigeria, if you say anything about gay, they can even kill you. But can you see now that people don't even take it as anything? People don't even see it as anything. When you talk about it, they will say, oh, but we know about that. So that's why I am telling women, if you can take care of yourself as it is right now and know what to do. Good evening, Okechukwu Vivian. Okay, if you can do something right now, in the next 10 years, that your child has grown, and in the next 10 years, the child will not be looked at as a bastard. Yeah, in the Western world, what is bastard? Nobody knows anybody. There is nothing like that. Even there are some people that will give birth. They know the father of their children. I'm not saying you should do that. They know the father of their children, but they will choose not to put the name. They will choose not to put the name. It's not as if it's good, but I'm just telling you that time is evolving. And if you leave yourself and then you look back, by that time, everything has dried up. You will have yourself to blame. There are a lot of people, even Google, let me use Igbo land as an example, because that's where I know. I know Igbo, culture. I know Yoruba culture as well. You get me? So now there are some people, I know some women who lost their husbands. As a result of losing their husband, they have only one child. They probably left or whatever. And that because of how culture will look at them, they will remain with that one child. They will not have another child. Do you get me? There are some people in Igbo culture, young people, they probably maybe no husband came, or maybe the husbands that came they're not their type. And when they were in their prime, they were saying no, because of that. and it got to an age that the husband is no longer coming. And in our culture, it is frowned upon for a woman to be pregnant in her father's house. It is very frowned upon. So as a result, these women will stay like that and dry up without a child. And when they get to a certain age and old, who is going to look after them? Who is going to look after them? But I love Yoruba culture in a way. Yes, because I have a lot of them. Yeah, I don't really know if it's accepted, but I know that a lot of people that I know, they just don't care. They will just have children. Nobody will beat them. Nobody will kill them. At the end of the day, the children belongs to them. So there are some positive ones in each culture. But what we are talking about right now is something that will give women peace. Because we go through a lot of things. When you look at it, women are the people that are on the receiving end. A woman will come as a child. Before you know it, period has come. The woman will start having cramps and everything. If the woman made a mistake, it's a pregnancy. Or if not, before you know it, how old is she? Is she not 22, 23, 20, even 25? And she's still not married. And the tension starts. So we really, really need to find a way to make ourselves acceptable in the culture. And it starts with us. It starts with us. It starts by, first of all, we women must stop looking down on other women who are not married. We have to treat them like they are normal human beings as well. And number two, if a woman probably gets pregnant without marriage, do not kill her. She has probably thought about everything and say, let me just hold this one. You can only be in somebody's shoes before you know how that shoe pinches that person. That's another one. Then the next one is, adoption. If a child is adopted, let us accept that child as that person's children. Look at what is happening. You see Angelina Jolie, though she has her children, she adopted. And that adopted child, is just like her own child. Madonna, many of them, though they have children, they adopted. So instead of sitting down and then crying your eyes out, just work hard and make sure that you will be able to take care of yourself and the child. Then go and get a child. Honestly. So, in conclusion, before I take questions, if you have a question, in conclusion, you are the one that owns your world. You are the one that owns your world. You do not allow the society to dictate your world. You do not allow the church to dictate your world. Do you know why I said this? Why I say you do not allow the church to dictate your world? Because if the church should dictate your world, then the church should give you a husband. Then the church should give you a husband. So if they are not able to give you all those things that you need, then you should not allow them to dictate for you. Your life belongs to you. Your life belongs to you. Do you get me? So the earlier we begin to inculcate that knowledge and begin to get used to it, the better for us, and the better we kind of change our society. As it is in the Muslim world, they kind of accept polygamy, that a man can marry 4 wives. Because if you look at the ratio of men and women in the world today, you will see that that's the ratio. That's the ratio. If not even more, 10-1. But in our own culture and in our own religion and so on, since it is not, kind of accepted, then you just need to find out how to help yourself. Do you get me? You just need to find out how to help yourself instead of going to take somebody else's husband and causing uproar and causing mayhem and so on. Then try and probably, get a child by yourself. Yes, another thing you will ask me is like that marriage is not only for children. And marriage is not only for children. Yes, I know that marriage is not only for children. A marriage is for companionship and so on and so forth. But the reason why I'm encouraging you today is that you cannot kill yourself if you don't have something. There are some people that want to go to university, but they couldn't afford it, and they stayed. There are some people that want to travel abroad, but they couldn't, they couldn't, afford it, and they stayed. Do you get me? There are some people that want to do certain things, they couldn't do it, they stayed. So if you are a good person and you have done everything to attract a man or to get a man to marry you, and then you still see yourself not getting married, please don't kill yourself. It is orientation. Okay, Louisa. Well, for me, I have not get married because if I don't, if I don't, and many people don't, the human race is doomed for extinction. Marriage is not compulsory, but marriage makes life a whole lot more enjoyable and comfortable. That's very good, my darling. That's very, 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 very good. I wish that life is like that. And that's exactly how life is supposed to be. And God will give you your own man. You get me? Everyone that is represented here, God will give you your own man if you're not yet married. And that's my prayer for everybody. But the reason why I am saying this is just for people to not go and kill themselves, or make it so much, priority that this is a do or die. Do you get me? This is a do or die. People will be so desperate. And when someone is desperate, that's when people fall into the wrong hand. Do you get me? That's when people fall into the wrong hand. You get me? So marriage is very, very honorable. Marriage is very, very good. Companionship and so on, I can testify to that. The reason why I am admonishing you today is just that you don't go and kill yourself because you're not married, or you don't go and do something drastic because you want to woo a man to marry you. So one other topic that we will talk about next time, probably, I don't know when, one other topic that we need to talk about is the characters. This will work, I think, at least 70%. The characters, or how you need to behave to attract a good man. What you need to do, how you need to behave, how you need to carry yourself, how you need to speak, and so on, to attract, an honorable man. Because men, 99.9% are same. And women, the same thing. You get me? So that would be a topic for another day. And then, that would be a lot of unmarried people need to come as well, so that it's a question, it's kind of research that I have observed from some women who married 2, 3, 4 times. One woman, it just become like a hot cake. You marry once, before you know it, next one, before you know it, and so on and so forth. So I started asking them questions, and they had kind of the same thing in common. Yeah. So, we're going to talk about it as well, just to help people, just to help us, help shape our world. Very, very, very important. Do we have any other questions or any other contribution? Marriage is good, but not compulsory. It's just our mindset that makes us feel we can't do without it. That is 100%, my darling. It's not only our mindset, to be honest, it's the culture. We are discussing about girls' marriage only. How about boys? Yes. The reason, this is worth listening to. Thank you so very much. Yeah, cheers go. So the reason why we are talking about girls for now, the reason why we're talking about girls for now is because of the time clock of women. You can hardly see a man who probably want to commit suicide. I'm not saying it's not there, but you can hardly see a man, compared to women, you can hardly see a man who probably want to, take snipe or whatever, whatever, because of marriage. No matter how a man is, no matter how a man is, they must find somebody for that man. Haven't you seen some men that are mad? Even sometimes they will say, let them just marry somebody in the name of that man. Or haven't you seen it? Or haven't you seen some people that are dead? They say they want to marry on behalf of the dead. They just bring a woman to kind of represent the name of that man who is dead. Haven't you seen it? So that's exactly. But women are not like that. Women are not like that. A man can be 80 years old and you see the man will go and marry somebody who is 18 years old. It happens. So the people who are bearing the brunt of this marriage thing, they are women. And if you don't have sisters, you have children. If you don't have children that have, you will have cousins and so on that fall into this category. If you look around you, you must see one or two or three women that are not married. Do you get me? So that's exactly why we focused on men. Maybe later on we will have a topic on, a topic on men as well, but that topic on men is just how the men will see good women. And again, reason why men should marry good women, because most of the time men make very, very wrong choice. In most cases, they will leave good ones and go to bad ones that is going to destroy them and spoil the name of women as well. So probably, in that area, we can get a topic to deal with that. But as it is, the people that are wearing the shoes, as we're talking right now, are women. They are women. You get me? Women. Very many of them. Very, very many of them. You see them struggling and struggling and struggling. You see a woman, making money and so on. All she wants is just somebody that she can answer the name of that person. Only if that person will agree. You get me? So I like what you said, Mary Magdalene. You said that marriage is good but not compulsory. It's just our mindset that makes us feel we can't do without it. To me, that's exactly what it is. You get me? If you zero your mind that something that you cannot get, you cannot kill yourself. If you cannot get something, you cannot kill yourself. You get me? And that's exactly to men too. To men too, because there are some men that have married 1, 2, 3. Some of them are good, but they just fall into bad hands. You get me? And people will be telling them, you that cannot even keep your marriage, are you going to talk here? So that's there. But that man, if that man want to marry another and marry another and marry another, the man can. But it's not like that with women. So, I just want some of us that are not married yet, that are hurting, that are having sleepless nights, that are giving their money to men in order to help the men out to marry them and so on. I'm not saying it's bad, because there are some men that are very honorable, that when you do that, they will love you forever. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. But there are some of them that even when you do that, that's when they will hate you and say, oh, you're desperate. If that's why you're giving me money now. If you're not desperate, why are you giving me money? So it is not equal. It's a man that will go and marry a woman. If it is equal that a woman can as well go and marry a man, then we will not be talking like this. But you just have to wait and be of the best behavior, waiting for the man to propose. You get me? So that's it. Is there any do you want me to throw light on anything? Get the question coming, otherwise I'll finish in 5 minutes. I like my this thing to be interactive. I like an interactive section. I don't like a situation where only me will be talking. All these things, I chose it in order to help. You get me? So because in this world, there are certain things you came into the world to do. And this is one of it, and that's what I'm doing. You get me? So if you have any question and then you want me to throw light, you can. If you're on YouTube, please, I want you to like. I want you to press the like button, and then there is the chat that you can chat as well. I can see the chat, but I want you to like. At least how many people exactly? So please, click on the live. 4 people are watching. I want you to click on the like, on the thumb up, so that 4 people, let there be thumb up on our this thing. Okay, so I will be closing in the next few minutes. So my dear, if you're here and you're having sleepless nights because of marriage, I pray that God will locate you and give you your own man. I pray that God will locate you and give you your own man. If you're a man and you're looking for a woman, I pray that God will locate you and give you your own woman. And if you're here, you're a man, you're a woman, and your marriage is, doing somehow, I pray that God stabilizes it and give you peace. That's exactly my prayer for you guys today. I just pray that God will locate you and give you your own man and your own woman. Yeah? Because the reason why I'm telling you this thing is that in the Christian world, I believe in Muslim world as well, there are certain things that you pray and pray and pray, you asking God, I need this, I need this, I need this. And at the end of the day, it might not happen. It might not happen, irrespective of your faith. Whether the pastor say you don't have faith or not, let the faith of the pastor be imposed upon your own faith, so that thing will happen. Because the faith of the pastor can help as well. You get me? So if all the faith has failed and then you see that, oh, it's not happening, I don't want you to kill yourself. I don't want you to go into depression. I don't want anxiety to kill you. I want you to know that, yes, you're accepted as well, that you're a human being as well. And if you can adopt, go and adopt. Yeah? If you can adopt, go and adopt. If not, you can go and do your IVF. If you cannot do your IVF, use your head. It's not me that will tell you what to do. Use your head. Use your head. Then when you use your head, you have your child. At least you have a consolation. If you're able to bring up a child, why not? At least you look at that child and then you'll be happy. You get me? So that's exactly my 1 or 2 cents to, conclusively, marriage is not compulsory. Marriage, there are some people that say that they don't even want to marry. Yeah. Next topic. I think Louise, I think you're the one that gave this topic. Oh yeah, you guys should suggest the topic. You guys should have to be telling people about this thing, though, because I'm not impressed with the number of people, though. It's power and strength that is coming out of me. Virtue coming out of me. So I want you to suggest what is the next topic. The other time we talked about child abuse. We talked about child abuse before we chose this topic. But if there is any branch of marriage that you want us to talk about before the child abuse, that's okay. If not, then we can go into child abuse. So I'm waiting for you guys to type and then give me some suggestions about the topic. About the topic. And then if you have somebody, a professional that can talk about it, I haven't even looked, or I haven't been able to, I didn't have time to invite people like professionals that will come and talk about this thing, like pastors and so on. So I think we're going to treat this thing again. Then I will invite maybe two pastors to come and talk to us about it. You know, I probably invite, a woman and a man, so that they will come and tell us one or two things. What are the causes of one not getting married? Okay. Causes of one not getting married. There are a lot of things. But I will tell you that all those causes are probability. You get me? Because we Africans, we are superstitious. Yeah. So I don't know if we should make it a topic. Louisa, do you want me to answer it, or do you want us to make it a topic? Because this is very broad, it's very big. So let me know. Do you want it to be a topic, or do you want me to attempt it because of time? Probably people want to go. Let me know. So other people that have topics, let me know. What are the causes of one not getting married? Yeah. And this thing, if we are using it as a topic, I want you guys to go and do research, so that when we are talking about it, let it not be only me that is talking. You get me? There are loads and loads and loads of reasons why people don't get married. A lot of reasons. Yeah. Okay, a lot of reasons. So let's make it a topic, so that we will go into it. We would not just, go on top of it and then, So let's make it a topic. Yeah, let's make it a topic for next week. Reasons why people don't reasons why people don't find spouses, or don't find spouses. Yeah. I'm so impressed. Please let's know each time you will be coming online for any new topic. Thank you so very much. We are always online 7 p.m. Nigeria time every Thursday to discuss this. That's what we do. Sarah, you're just coming. You have to watch it again. Oh, good evening. How are you? So, we need to talk about it. And if you have topics that you want us to discuss, you can email me, or you can text me. So Mary Magdalene said this teaching is deep. I suggest we talk about it again. Okay, we talk about this again. Yes, that's okay. We will talk about it again. So now, next week, we are going to talk about why people don't get married. A lot of things. Women need to come and hear this, because I just said that I will I will give you tips on how to get a good spouse, or a good man, or a good woman. So in that tips, I will tell you as well the reason why some men reject women, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. Let me just write it. And then, do you want me to sing for you before I go, so that I'll make it sound well? Topics. If I don't get 5 yes, I will not sing. I will just close. Reasons why people don't get married. Okay. When I was young, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Hear what she says to me. 'Cause Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future I had to see. 'Cause Sarah, Sarah. 'Cause Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The futures are hard to see. 'Cause Sarah, Sarah. I have a reason why I always sing this song. Whatever will be, will be. Do not kill yourself because you did not get a husband. Do not kill yourself because you did not get a wife. What will be, will be. You might be looking at a man that this is the ideal man for me, but that might not be a man that will give you peace. You might be looking down on another, thinking that this one is beneath me. That might be the one that will give you peace. So I don't want you to be closed up. I want you to open up. Open up so that you don't lose whoever that God has given to you. Statistics shows that many women that did not marry, that doesn't mean that they did not see people to marry them. It's just because of they closed themselves up to even their supposed husband. And in the end, nothing. I rest my case. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Jojo, Jojo, Jojo. Ooh, Jojo, Jojo. So you just come in. How are you? You need to go and listen to it again. Eh? Next week, we are going to talk about reasons why people don't get married. Yeah? Reasons why people don't get married. Don't miss it. Begin to share this, begin to tell people about it. Let them come and take one or two ideas. Listen, I love you so much, and I will see you on Sunday. Yeah? From me to you there. Mwah! Bye.